Let's talk to Charlie, who's in Derbyshire. Charlie, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie. So let's talk about the unvaccinated. Tony Blair said that those who are unvaccinated are idiots. Is he right?
No, he's a clown.
He's a clown. So he's the idiot.
Yeah.
Why?
Okay, so I think, number one, people like myself, for example, are getting very, very bored of being told that we need to be educated and things that we read are all conspiracy theory. I don't know about other people, but I get my data from Public Health England, from the ONS, from the Lancet. These are all about as credible sources as you can get your information. I have the figures in front of me for exactly how many people have died according to the ONS from coronavirus by age group. And do you know how many people have died between 15 and 44 years old this year?
Very few.
Very, very few. So why on earth have we gone from vaccinating the people who need vaccines to vaccinating 5-year-old children?
Well, I think the point about vaccinating 5-year-old children is that is for those who are very vulnerable. And so when we were talking to the doctor earlier, she said, even she's not keen on vaccinating children, by the way, but what she said was that there may be an argument for the vaccination of 5 to 11-year-olds. If every time they get a virus they end up in hospital, there may be an argument for saying that it's helpful to them. But that's a very difficult...
I'm not specifically talking about that age group, but the broader point I'm making is we've gone from vaccinating the people who we know are at risk from coronavirus, which is essentially anyone from sort of 65 plus. They're the bulk of the deaths, vast, probably like sort of 80, 90% of the deaths.
Right.
And people with comorbidities. We should be focusing our efforts there and not having this carte blanche blanket. We need to vaccinate the entire population. Everyone who needs a vaccine have had 3 by now. I mean, if they're not safe now, they're never going to be safe.
You see, that's a very important point which you've made there, Charlie. That's a really important point, which is if the vaccine is a way out of this, then getting the vaccines done, and if, for example, we can't then live with it, which is why when I look at the case numbers, I'm not that concerned. What I'm concerned about is hospitalizations and deaths. So I'm assuming, Charlie, that your argument is if you want to go and get vaccinated, then please feel free. If you don't, then you shouldn't be vilified by either public figures or those in the church or anywhere else. Is that it?
Essentially, yes, but I think the main point I'm making is we should 100%. I'm not saying the vaccines aren't effective. They are, but they aren't what were promised. They were promised that, I've got people on record speaking like Anthony Fauci saying that these vaccines would prevent transmission. They clearly don't. However, they do prevent serious illness and death, and we should be focusing those on the people that we know are at risk, and that's old people and people with comorbidities and immunocompromised positions. But now we've reached a position where we're just basically asking the entire population, people who don't even need a vaccine. I've got more risk when I go climbing every week of dying than I have from coronavirus. I've got about the same chance of dying from coronavirus being hit by lightning. It's beyond absurd.
Beyond absurd. There we go, Charlie. Thank you very much indeed for your call.